So I'm hoping that you can all see my screen. So thanks very much for coming along to this clinic, PGS Clinic, which is all going to be about promoting the parish giving scheme. Now, the promoting the parish giving scheme could be for those of you who haven't yet registered for the PGS, but who are about to register and then thinking about launching for the first time. But it can also be for those parishes who've already launched a PGS and then are thinking about another launch later on, so a relaunch, if you like, so that they can reach more of their parishioners and also maybe new members of their worshipping community that have come along and would like the opportunity to join the PGS. So if we start at the beginning then, your PCC has just registered or just about to register. Once you're registered for the PGS, what are the next steps? Well, first of all, I will send you a pack of resources, of PGS resources, which comprises of paper gift forms. And I'll also send you an implementation guide. For those of you that are registered, you already know that. So in that implementation guide, there's lots of information about what you do. But the important thing I would say about preparing to promote the PGS is to first of all have a look at your PGS parish landing page, which is actually on the Parish Giving Scheme website. Now, every parish, whether you're registered for the PGS or not, has its own PGS landing page on the PGS website. And what I would ask you to do before you launch the PGS to your parishioners is to have a look at those details that are on the Parish Giving Scheme website, that parish landing page, and just check that your details are correct. And you can also you have a chance to edit that page as well. If you're a personal statement receiver for the PGS, you can actually log in to your parish landing page and edit the information there, maybe explaining a little bit more of what the impact of giving is through the PGS and talk about some of the benefits. So that's something that I would encourage you to do right at the very beginning. I'd also recommend that all PCC members will sign up to the PGS before you launch to the congregation. And the reason for that is that you have an opportunity to learn about the PGS, what it's like to give through the PGS, and you have some experience. And then when you do launch, you can reassure your congregation that it's an easy system and how it works. Now, I always recommend that when you do introduce the PGS or you launch the PGS to congregations, you do so alongside either a giving programme, a stewardship campaign, or maybe, you know, if you've just had a stewardship campaign recently, you won't want to do that again, but maybe a gift day. Or you could relaunch perhaps during Generosity Week. We have a Generosity Week coming up at the end of September across the diocese. It's a week-long event with lots of information and literature and podcasts where you're encouraged to think about generosity and giving. And so introducing the PGS alongside a programme like that, or a gift day, or a stewardship campaign, helps people to concentrate on their giving and think about reviewing their giving. And you'll get the maximum impact then from introducing the PGS as a new mechanism for giving. You might also, you might not want to go down the stewardship campaign or the gift day. You might want to just write a letter to all your regular givers with details of the PGS and the ways that they can join, the 3 ways to give to the PGS. You might just want to do that. And in fact, during lockdown, when our churches were closed, a lot of parishes did do that. They wrote bespoke letters to their regular givers, and that worked really well. But the main thing is to aim to communicate and promote the PGS to your congregations in as many different ways as you can, so that you can reach as many different members of the congregation. Everybody looks at different bits of information. So try and get as many different formats of communicating and promoting the PGS. Now, as a statement receiver, a personal statement receiver, you have the ability to log in to your My PGS account on the PGS website. And in fact, there are lots of promotional resources already there that the PGS team have created and have them there for you to use. So when you log in to your account on the PGS website, you'll find the text that talks about support materials for the digital service. And if you click that link, it will take you through to another screen where you have a list of different documents that are all they're all there to help you to promote the PGS. There are posters, there's an animation, there's an infographic, there's social media posts that have already been created by the PGS that you can use. And there's also step-by-step guides that you can share with your parishioners about how to join a PGS online. And there's guides as well to help you in terms of updating your parish landing page. Now, it may be that if you're not the statement receiver and you can't log into your account and get those resources, you can also get those resources by clicking on this particular link here, and that will take you straight through to this page as well, where you can download and look through and download these different forms of information and resources that you can use. And I was talking about editing and reviewing the details on your parish landing page. If what you can do is, this is actually an example of a parish landing page. This is for St Robert's Penal. And this is what your parish landing page roughly looks like on the PGS website. And if you're registered for the PGS, it will come up with this Pledge Your Gift button here. So anybody coming to this page, anybody finding this page will be able to click on here and they'll be able to set up the direct debit right away. But you can see the information that's here on your parish landing page. There's some details here about your parish name, your parish code, that's your PGS code. And also there's some other details if you scroll down that page, geographical details. So I'd like you to check all of that information to make sure it's all correct. And then you can actually also edit some of this information on here as well, as I was saying earlier. Now, I don't know if you're aware, but this parish landing page that exists actually synchronizes with your A Church Near You profile page. Now, your A Church Near You profile page, which is A Church Near You is managed by the Church of England. You will have a profile page on a church near you for your parish, and anything you write on that page, the details that you write on that page, some of it can be pulled through on a weekly basis automatically to this PGS parish landing page. So if you update your A Church Near You page, it will be pulled through and the information will appear on your parish landing page. And if you scroll down further on this parish landing page, if you scroll down further here, you will also find other information. You will find your QR code for your PGS parish landing page. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later and how that is useful as a useful tool in helping you to promote the PGS. And if that all seems a bit complicated, you can actually find this document on that list of resources that I showed you at the beginning. You can find this document and download it, and it will explain in more detail how you can actually update your parish landing page. And it will also give you more information about your QR code. So it will give you more information in a step-by-step way, a step-by-step guide to help you do all of that. And it will also explain about how your parish landing page is linked to your A Church Near You page. And then as a personal statement receiver, if you log in to your My PGS account, some of you may have done this already and you might be familiar with this screen. You can see here that there is actually a section here that you can click on that says update your parish page, and that's your parish landing page. So Your personal statement receiver is the person that can actually go on and edit the details. And then I was saying as well earlier that if you scroll down your parish landing page, you will eventually get to the bottom and you will find the QR codes at the bottom of the page. Now, these QR codes appear in two different formats. There's one format that is quite a high resolution, and that one is a downloadable one that is good for using on printed material such as posters and any newsletters that you're circulating. And there's also a QR code which is in is a lower resolution, and that's one that you can use online, either on email or maybe on a social media platform such as your Facebook page, or also, anything. If you're sending emails or if you're sending newsletters even by email, you can use your QR code on that as well. So the resources that I've been talking about, I'm going to just talk about them in a little more detail now. I know that some, for instance, this afternoon when I was doing the clinic this afternoon, the lady that I was speaking to knew all about this information. She'd found all of these resources when she'd logged into her PGS account. But a lot of people, I'm finding, don't know that these resources are actually there. It's not very visible, and the PGS team are actually looking at reviewing this and seeing if they can make them a bit more visible for people when they log in to their PGS account, so that they're easier for people to find. But these resources are very helpful, and if I just go through them now in a little bit of detail, there's a step-by-step guide that I talked about for donors, that you can download. This is this one here, and that one you can email and send it out to your parishioners, or you can print it out and leave copies for people to look through. But it's a document that will take people through how to set up their regular giving online by going online to your parish landing page and then setting up the direct debit that way. And I mean, that's a really good document to use. And also, although I still send out paper gift forms to parishes, the online setup is actually the more popular one now. Although the paper gift forms are still being used by a lot of people to sign up to the PGS, we're finding that signing up using the PGS website is now more popular, and it's very easy to do. But this particular guide will take people through the steps and how to do it. There's also a poster template that you can download, and this is the poster template here. I'll show you in the bigger form in a minute, but you can put in your QR code here, or along the bottom you can use your URL, which will take people also to your parish landing page. And then there's also an infographic that you can print out, and you can use that as well when you're launching the PGS. This is it in a bit more detail. This poster can be downloaded from the resources page, and it tells you quite clearly what the 3 different ways that how you can give through the PGS, either online, by telephone, or by the paper gift form, which you can get from me. And then looking at those other posters that you can download, you can either download them in colour or in black and white if you want to save on the colour cost. And again, you can see here where you can put your QR code, you can drop it into this area here, and along here your URL for your parish landing page. So that means that when somebody sees that QR code, if they have a smartphone, they can scan that QR code and it will take them directly to your parish landing page on the PGS website. And from there, they can set up in about 2 or 3 clicks their direct debit. Now, if they don't have a smartphone, they can still visit your parish landing page. If you put your URL along here, they can copy that URL and put that into their internet bar, and it will take them straight again to your parish landing page. So really useful tools, either as posters or communicating them online as well. Now, another thing that you can do, obviously, you know, I encouraged you at the beginning to launch your PGS with a campaign of some kind, of giving campaign or a giving review or gift day. But you can also send out, you know, on a regular basis, information about the PGS, maybe as in a newsletter, and a newsletter article, for instance. And the PGS team have already written a template which you can download from that parish resources page that I showed you. And this is an example here of the parish newsletter article, all about the PGS. And in the areas in yellow, that's where you can add in and adapt that to be bespoke to your parish. And you can put in your QR code as well, and your URL. And you could also write other information in there as well about how the PGS, giving through the PGS, will help you to sustain your ministry and mission. And there's also a ready prepared video that some of you may already be aware of that's available. So a very short video. It talks about the 3 ways to give. And you can use that on your church website. You can download it and put it onto your church website, or again, you can put it out on your Facebook page or any other social platforms that you might use. And I just want to show you the video as well. If you haven't already seen it, I'm going to play it for you now.
The Parish Giving Scheme, or PGS for short, is a simple and safe way for you to support your local church. There are 3 ways to set up a direct debit donation that will help your parish fund their mission and ministry, enriching the life of your church in your community. Simply visit our website, and in a few quick steps you can safely register, find your church, and set up your regular giving. Or you can call our friendly team, and they will set up your donation for you. Alternatively, simply ask your parish giving representative for a gift form, complete it and send it back to us, and we'll do the rest. No matter which way you donate, if you're a UK taxpayer, you can opt to add gift aid. It's worth an extra 25% of the value of your gift, which we will claim from HMRC and send straight to your church. You can also choose to maintain the value of your gift by increasing it each year in line with inflation. We'll calculate the rise and let you know. And if your personal circumstances change, you can alter your donation at any time, either online or by simply giving us a call. While we will never share information about you and your donation with anyone but your chosen parish, you can opt to stay anonymous if you'd prefer. Whether you choose to give online, by phone, or by post, every gift makes a difference to your church and local community. On their behalf, we say thank you. PGS, supporting your personal ministry of giving, simply and safely.
So hopefully you've seen that before. If not, it's a good one to download and perhaps use. And if you're sending out a newsletter, you can include the link to that video as well, because it's on YouTube. So just summarising now, the kind of the ways that you can use those resources that that I've shown you to encourage your donors to give regularly and to review their giving. As I say, you know, you might have already launched your PGS and some time has gone by and you're thinking about relaunching. And you can take your message online. You know, you can send out messages online through newsletters or through the video, or sending emails out to people, or through your social media platforms. And you can make use of the URL to your parish landing page and your QR code whenever you get the opportunity, so that you can easily link people very quickly to your parish landing page. You can also use, obviously, your church website to put any promotional material on, whether it's a video or whether it's a poster, you know, the 3 ways to give. You can also edit your A Church Near You page as well. That page already exists with basic information on it, but you can get the login from your vicar. Your vicar should have the login details so that you can log into A Church Near You and you can edit your profile page. So you could do that as well. And it's another way to, you know, if anybody visits that page, they're finding out about the PGS. And also I was mentioning earlier about using the social media content that's been readily prepared by the PGS for you. And you can use that as well. I've given an example here of one of the posts that they've prepared, which you can use on the Facebook page, or if you use Twitter or Instagram, those social media platforms. But a lot of churches do use Facebook. So this particular image could be used, and you can just add a little bit of information with your URL there, or your QR code, so that you can include that onto your Facebook page, and then again send that out, and it will take people directly to your parish landing page. But on the parish resources list that I showed you, there is a document that's got quite a few other examples of the social media content that you can use. This is just one of them. And then also, as I said earlier, just to recap again, you can communicate with people through your parish magazine. There's that PGS article template that I showed you that you can adapt. If you send out weekly bulletins, you can be talking about the PGS, include your QR code, your URL. You could write a letter if you've already had a stewardship campaign. Maybe you want to try a different way to reach people. You probably have written a letter anyway as part of your stewardship campaign, but you might want to write a slightly different letter to people about the PGS, and maybe explain in a little bit more detail the impact of regular giving will have for the parish. You could also include your QR code on your orders of service. You could use a video if you're doing online worship still. You could include that video at the end of your streaming. And then there's also the emails and texts that you can use, and you can include all of that information, QR code, URL, in those ways as well. Download the posters as well to have in the church. And banners as well. I mean, I'm thinking about pull-up banners, these ones that, you know, you just stand in the church. I actually have a few banners that I've produced myself about the PGS and its benefits, and I have about 5 of them, and I do loan them out to churches when they are thinking about launching the PGS, so that they can borrow the banner during their launch, and they can have it as a standing in the church so that it draws people's attention to it. So if you are thinking about relaunching, or if you're going to launch for the first time, do get in touch with me and see if I've got any of the banners available, and I can let you have them. So that's the end of the presentation. I'm going to stop sharing now, and